This is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. This is the first premium Chromebook of 2020, and this is my first 24 hours with it. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Sly and welcome back to another episode of Talk Tech, where we're always talking about tech, and I'm always happy because we got something brand new in the lab today. I spent the first 24 hours with this device. I'm very happy. This is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. And even before I've taken this out of the package, I lifted it up, and I mean, it really stood out on how light this was. 2.29 pounds, less than 3 pounds, and it is extremely light. And then the device being so light, I couldn't help but it was still in the packaging and kind of twisted a little bit and trying to see if it bent, and it felt very solid. And then the next thing I did is I took it out of the package and I looked at this Fiesta Red. Now I'm a guy, I like basic colors, I like earth colors. I like blacks, browns, whites, basic colors. And this only being in this Fiesta Red and the Mercury Gray, the Fiesta Red looked a lot better, but I was a little bit concerned. So when I opened it up and I seen this bold red, but it was classy. It was done very classy. It really was a pleasant surprise for me. And that's one of the things that I actually like, and still looking at it today is like, this is a really darn good looking device. I like how Samsung has this silver in their name, and then it actually transitions out to the sides. You have each side, it has that same silver, and then also the front, and it just really blends together very well. So craftsmanship, the build of this device really stands out in my mind. You're paying a premium price for this device, and you're going to have a premium build. You're going to feel like it's a premium device. It doesn't feel cheap at all. So with any Chromebook, the first thing I did is I popped it open. So I got it open. You have to throw the charger in there and plug it into the wall for any Chrome OS device to first power on. So I did that. I did my setup, and I was like, man, I got to check out this screen. I got to check out this 4K screen. So that's what I did. And I will say that you will not be disappointed with this screen. 13.3-inch screen right here. Beautiful screen. First thing I did is I jumped on, I checked out videos, I checked out movies. I had to see how this screen is. And I don't know if you can tell in this video, but this lives up to the hype. This is a beautiful 4K display. The picture quality is great. It's what you would come to expect from Samsung. So the 4K is perfect. My only issue or gripe is actually when it comes to the bezels. I think in 2020, any company that's making thick bezels on their devices, especially premium devices, there's a problem. And I like how the side bezels and the top bezels on here are very thin, and I can live with thin bezels. But I don't know if you can notice, but the bottom bezel is very thick. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, bottom bezel's kind of thick. Then if you're actually watching your video or your movie or whatever content you're watching, that bezel kind of melts away. But if you're not doing that, you're looking, that's a thick bezel. So I know it's nitpicking a little bit, but that's something I kind of caught on my initial time with this device. Now, sticking with the screen, being a touch screen, I wanted to go ahead and jump in here, and I'm on here. I'm checking the responsiveness. It responds very well. I'm pulling out the S Pen. I'm taking notes. It's doing very well. But what I do notice, and I'm a little bit surprised about, is that touching it, there's a lot of flex in the movement of the hinge and the screen. And this does happen with 2-in-1 devices. It happens a lot. Now, I've had limited devices that I've experienced, but in my limited experience with my devices, this is a little bit more excessive. Now, for me, it was an easy fix. I just simply put my left hand behind there. I'm right-handed, and I do whatever interactions I have to do with my right hand or the S Pen, and it's able to work just fine. But just something to kind of think about is that this hinge has a lot of play in it. Now, with this play, I never thought or assumed that it was going to break or I was going to break something. So still very good quality build on there, but it is a lot of play in that hinge. And that may have to do with the build of it. When they made this device, they made it where you're able to open it with a finger. And I'm able to do this effortless. Your pinky finger is usually your weakest finger, and I could do that with my pinky finger with no effort. So I think that the hinge build on there, that may have something to do with that. Now I know I talked about the hinges. This is a two-in-one device, meaning that it could be used as a laptop as well as a tablet, but there's 4 different viewing angles that you can use it, or functional angles that you can use it. So at a traditional 90-degree angle, here is a laptop. That's what most people are probably accustomed to. There is a tint mode where you're able to use it. Third way is this, and that's where the keyboard is down on a flat surface, and you have the screen up, and that allows you to be able to watch movies or videos, or if you're going to use video conferencing on here, that's a way that you can do it. And then last but not least is actually all the way back with the screen up in full tablet mode. So from there, really it's actually the keyboards themselves and interacting with it. And this keyboard is going to be laid out just like any other Chrome OS keyboard, so you should be accustomed with it. I don't do a lot of typing. I do probably a average amount of typing. So for me, the keyboard was adequate. The key travel was good for me. It was good feedback. The backlit lights worked very well. So all those things are positives for me, and I didn't have any issues with it. But like I said, in the first 24 hours, I haven't really done too much typing on it. So first initial impressions is that the keyboard is good. It meets all my needs, and it does what it should do. I'm absolutely excited about the Fingerprint Scanner, or right here on the top right hand corner. And then from there, that just brings me to the S Pen. So the way that it works is that the S Pen is actually stored. If you're facing the device, it's going to be on the right hand side. And what you're able to do is you just push in and you pull out. And there you go. You have your S Pen available to you, and it opens up the note application on your Chromebook when you do that. So I have mixed feelings on here. This S Pen works the way it's supposed to work. It takes notes. The input is good. The Chromebook is responsive. I might be a little bit biased because I have spent so much time with Samsung and Samsung devices. The features or functions that I usually get with an S Pen, I'm not finding just straight out of the box. Speakers, there's 2 side speakers, one on each side, and they're okay. They're what I would call normal or average. I did do it in an average setting. I haven't been out because of obviously what's going on right now, but just in the household, and the sound was okay. It was okay. It was nothing special. It was nothing below average. It was just okay. And then last but not least, everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to know about it, is battery life. How is this actually performing? How is this handling up? And to be honest with you, I have not spent enough time in the 24 hours that I've had it to give you an in-depth detail on the battery and how well it has held up. That is coming in the full review, which will be out, and make sure that you stay tuned for that. But other than that, I would just say my first 24 hours with this device, I've enjoyed it. It's been a joy. So I would say that if you pick this up and you know what Chrome OS is, and that meets all your functions and needs, you would be very happy with this device. There are some things that can be done better, and there's some things that it does very well, and I'll go over all of that in a full review, which you'll check out. Hey, this is Sly. This has been Talk Tech, and I'll get back with you guys in the next one. Peace.